Okay, so this is the as is of starting or creating an instruction or a task or a job. In this case, this is actually a task that we're going to create. So if I go to, let's say, I want to do a cost estimate over here. Now, what you'll see happens is that loads up. So I need to fill in some details. I've got to choose some values, and then I've got to click save. And then I can click submit. You'll see that value is going to appear here as a job below. Okay, so there it is there. Okay, so that's 78. Okay, so let's add a little enhancement here. So I'll go to my aspects. Just going to add a new little one. It uses IDE widget. So this IDE widget's a new capability in 7.5.2, and what it does is it gives us the ability to create widgets within inside of the IDE without having to go and write C# code. So it's stuff that we can do quite quickly from the client side without having to make major changes to the product. Right, so I'm just adding that in there. Now I'm going to go and configure it. So I'm just going to call it auto save. It doesn't really matter what I call it here because it's an invisible thing. So it says called auto save aspect on first open. So there's some settings here. For example, I'm waiting for something to happen like the due date change, and then it'll save. You can look for other events. You can say do this after 3 milliseconds or whatever it is. Normally you probably want to change these values. So let me just save that as it is. Save and close. Okay, let's refresh our cache. And let's give everything a refresh. So it's going to be a bit slow because I've just refreshed the cache of everything. But I think you'll get the idea. Okay, so this time around, we go there. Well, let's do a cyber support. So this time it loads up, and what you can see is we have already got the submit. Now the submit's grayed out because there's some required fields. So if I just go and put in a required field there, this was the test at 6:36. All right, and I'm just going to go hit submit. So now it's just one click instead of save and then submit. And there we go. So let's just wait a couple seconds for that new one to appear. There we go. There it is. Okay, so if I open it, just to show that the data that we had in there is there. So there it is. There's that data that we filled in, and the information that we captured. So that's just a different way of just reducing that. Now, one of the things that is happening here is that it does actually create the item. So it's quite similar to when when you send out an email, it kind of creates the email for you. So you actually have that task already. So it just sort of brings us, I almost think it brings a bit of consistency to the way things work. So let's go and do another one. So let's do a cost estimate this time around. This time around, it'll be much quicker to load up. Now what you'll see is that this is actually an item, right? So it actually exists already. If I go to my tasks now, so this is 80 over here. So if I go to my tasks, yeah, there we go. So 80, so you can see at the top there. So as soon as I do that, it actually becomes like a draft straight away for me to be able to go and utilize. So that's a bit of a difference. Whereas before you could open it up, and if you didn't submit anything and just closed it, well, there was nothing. Nothing was ever created. The difference here is that something is created straight away, so it is a bit of a draft that's sitting inside there that you can start to work again. But at least it removes that one click, and I've just got a little delete straight away. It's a little action in my action plan. So if you're going to look at my phase model on this particular one, you'll see there when it's draft, I can hit delete job, and that's that delete job that you're seeing. That's a submit job that you're seeing. So, you know, obviously your plan should account for if somebody has, you know, because we're saving it straight away, a way out effectively, so they don't have to always submit them, so they can go and delete them out. So that is, I think, quite a nice effective way of just, you know, improving the user experience a little bit.